Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. All praises belong to Allah that He has enabled us to hold this annual tournament, the first ever annual tournament, Nasir tournament for Majlis Atfalul Canada is being held starting today. May Allah Ta'ala bless this event in all aspects, and I also wanted to thank all of my Atfal brothers who are here, and I hope and pray that you have a lot of fun, you enjoy the games, and it's also a source of spiritual and moral training for all of us. And also very thankful to all the organizers. I was at the opening session of Ahmadiyya tournament this morning, but by the grace of Allah, the level of organization that I see here for a Atfal tournament is of a much better level than the one that Ahmadiyya held this morning. So may Allah Ta'ala bless the organizers and all of the Atfal who are listening to their organizers. After that, the brief message. I don't want to have a very prolonged speech here because I want you to get going and enjoy your games. Very briefly, I want to say a few points. And one of the points I want to highlight is that you are growing up now, and you are already unconsciously or consciously now starting to realize that who you are, what your identity is, and what Allah Ta'ala really is. Yes, we hear it from left and right, from our parents, from our peers, that we have to have a relationship with Allah Ta'ala. But you need to start exploring that relationship. You need to start thinking about it. I'm going to tell you two short stories in the few minutes. One story is of a person who always secretly tried to sacrifice, and the story goes as follows. This guy once was in a mosque, and the person who was, there was somebody in the mosque who was the imam of the mosque. He made a plea that we need some money for our mosque, and we need to raise some funds. So he said, okay, is there anybody who will give me some money so we can start, this campaign, and we start building the mosque? And everybody was contributing a little bit here, there, $5, $10, $20. One guy got up and he said, okay, I offer 1,000 rupees. And 1,000 rupees back then was a lot of money. So he said 1,000. He just went to that imam and said, I offer you 1,000 rupees, and he gave, and he came back. When he was sitting in the mosque, this imam then got up to the podium and he made an announcement, announcing to everybody that this person has donated $1,000. And everybody started looking at that guy. Wow, you've done a great job. You've donated $1,000 rupees, what I'm saying. That's a lot of money. So when that person saw this, just a short little while he got up and he went to that imam while the session was still in process. And he said that that money does not belong to me. That is my mother's money, so please give it back to me, because I can't give you that money. So that imam was reluctant in giving back the money, but he gave him the money, and then he went back to the podium and announced that, look at this guy. He just gave me the money, but a few minutes later he got back to me and he got all of his money back. And he should be ashamed of his actions. So everybody started looking at him again and said, you've done the worst thing ever. You should have never donated in the first place. And if you had donated, why did you get it back? So anyways, everybody was really upset with him. So later on in that same evening, that person went to see that imam at his house. And he said that, here is the money. When I donated it, I was hoping to get reward from Allah Ta'ala. But when you announced it on the podium, everybody was looking at me. And I felt that now everybody knows of a good work that I have done. Why should I expect any reward from Allah Ta'ala? Maybe this is for fame, for publicity that I am known for now. So I don't want it. I did not like that. So that's why I came to you and said, give me my money. But here is the money, and I'm giving you at one condition only, that you will never ever tell anybody that I made that contribution for the mosque. So at that Imam started to cry. And he said that now forever people will think ill of you. And they will think of you that you did not contribute, and they will never know this great sacrifice that you made. So my friends, the story tells us something. It tells us that when we do things for Allah Ta'ala, sometimes we should also do them when nobody is watching and nobody knows about them. Not always, but some actions should be there that nobody knows about, that you're only doing for Allah Ta'ala. So with that, I think it's getting late. Maybe I'll skip on the second instance. We will talk about it at some other time. I'll tell you another story. It's also very interesting and heart-touching. May Allah Ta'ala bless this event in all aspects. May Allah Ta'ala make you a truthful people, the one who never speaks a lie. May Allah Ta'ala help you establish this relationship with Allah Ta'ala. Hazur in his sermons has been repeatedly saying that we need to go back to basics. We need to think about Allah Ta'ala. We need to start establishing a relationship, a friendship. So I hope and pray that may Allah Ta'ala grant you the wisdom, the love. You know, the promised Messiah, when he was young, he always used to pray. Just young like you. He will always be praying in the mosque. He will always be praying in his home. He will be reading books, religious books. He will be thinking about Allah Ta'ala. Look how much Allah Ta'ala rewarded him. So if you want to establish relationship with Allah Ta'ala, just think about him. You need to think about him. I know people like games, iPads, iPods, and so many things, and TV and cartoons and whatnot. That's okay. But there should be a time when you just, sometimes you're sitting quietly, just think about Allah Ta'ala. What He has given you, who is He? And ask Him that, oh Allah, I want to know more about you. Will you tell me more about yourself? He's the one who can tell you more about Himself, nobody else. May Allah Ta'ala bless you all, and may Allah Ta'ala bless this tournament. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. There will be some announcements.
Assalamu alaikum. I'm just going to make the announcement in regards to the next upcoming games. The 3 games are going to be starting right away after the dua is completed and the session is complete. So we'd just like to get the same team started again. Will be first playing York and Mississauga from Medicare. York and Mississauga. Second game will be between Brampton and GTA Centre, Medicare as well. So Brampton and GTA Centre from Medicare. And for Medicare, Court 3 would be GTA Centre and Mississauga. So GTA Centre and Mississauga on Court 3 for Medicare. So those will be the games right after the end of the session.
Okay. So now please join me in silent prayer. May Allah Ta'ala bless this event, and I hope all of you use this and may Allah Ta'ala make it so that it is a great source of our spiritual training. Please join me in silent prayer.